Why did nearly every ancient civilization imagine a bird that dies in fire, only to rise again from the ashes? The phoenix is more than just a legend. It's a universal symbol of rebirth, immortality, and renewal. From the deserts of Egypt to the palaces of China, the phoenix has carried humanity's hope for transformation for thousands of years. Our journey begins in ancient Egypt with a bird known as the Bennu. Described as a shimmering heron, the Bennu was tied to the sun god Ra and the eternal cycles of the Nile. The Bennu wasn't only tied to Ra, the sun god, it was also linked to Osiris, lord of the afterlife. Egyptians believed the Bennu carried the souls of the dead, guiding them into renewal. The annual flooding of the Nile itself became a living symbol of death and rebirth, destruction giving way to life. In their funerary texts, the Bennu's cry was said to mark the beginning of time itself. Egyptians believed this bird was self-created, born out of fire, landing on the sacred stone of Heliopolis. For them, the Bennu was not just a creature, it was a sign of cosmic order, the rising and setting of the sun, the annual flooding of the river, the endless rhythm of life itself. When Greek travelers encountered the Bennu, they adapted the myth and gave it a new name, the phoenix. In Greek mythology, the phoenix was a bird of brilliant gold and crimson. Herodotus, the ancient historian, described its dramatic life cycle. Every 5 centuries, the phoenix would build a nest of myrrh, set itself ablaze, and from the ashes, a new phoenix would rise. To the Greeks, this was more than spectacle. It was proof of immortality, a metaphor for the eternal soul. Later, early Christians embraced the phoenix too, reimagining it as a symbol of resurrection and the promise of eternal life. Far from Greece in China, another phoenix took flight, the Fenghuang. The Chinese phoenix, or Fenghuang, was more than a single bird. Ancient texts describe it as a composite creature, the head of a pheasant, the body of a duck, the tail of a peacock, and the wings of a swallow. It symbolized the empress, while the dragon represented the emperor. Together, they reflected the balance of yin and yang. Where the Fenghuang appeared, harmony was restored and chaos dissolved. Unlike the fiery death and rebirth of the Western bird, the Fenghuang represented harmony, virtue, and the union of yin and yang. It was the queen of all birds, a messenger of peace and prosperity. When the Fenghuang appeared, it was said to mark the reign of a wise and just ruler. Here, the phoenix was less about flames and more about balance, a sign of cosmic order and the hope of peace. But the phoenix is not just Egyptian, Greek, or Chinese. Native American traditions speak of firebirds that bring rain and renewal. And in Aztec culture, the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl carried the same themes of transformation and rebirth. Everywhere, in every form, the firebird returns. In Hindu mythology, the mighty Garuda shares its wings with divinity. What all these myths share is a single idea. The end is never the end. The phoenix reminds us that destruction leads to transformation, that from death, life can rise again. It is hope, it is resilience, it is eternity, wrapped in wings of fire. Even today, the phoenix endures. People ink it into their skin as tattoos of resilience. Writers and filmmakers use it to show transformation, from the dark phoenix of Marvel's X-Men to the loyal Phoenix Forks in Harry Potter. And in our own lives, the phoenix has become a symbol of survival, of personal rebirth after hardship. It's proof that an ancient fire still burns within us. The phoenix has burned and risen in the imagination of humankind for millennia. It whispers that even from ashes life begins again. Until next time, may you find light in your own transformations.